Hello everybody, my name is Wes Moore, and I am the author of The Maker. And I want to thank you for your interest in my book. What I'd like to do right now is read to you the prologue and give you a sense of what the book's all about in my writing style. The prologue is entitled Sometime in Our Future. "Hurry, boys, hurry!" the middle-aged man yelled desperately into the wide hole in the ground. "We're almost out of time. It could hit any minute now, and they can't be lost." Hugh and Haddon dug with all their might, deeper and deeper into the ground, while their father, mother, and two younger sisters pulled out the loose dirt with buckets tied to old yellow ropes. In only an hour and a half they were at almost 15 feet down. "How much time, Paul?" Mary asked softly as she, Drew, and Eileen pulled hand over hand to remove the heavy buckets of sandy soil. Paul eased out of his crouch when his load slipped over the edge. "I don't know, honey," he answered. "Last I heard over the shortwave, they hit Cincinnati. A couple hours before that it was D.C. Then the lines went dead." He dumped the bucket onto a pile to his right and continued. "There's no more communication from back east. Looks like they're all gone. It could be any second." Mary tried desperately to hide the utter panic boiling beneath her skin. She pulled her 6- and 7-year-old girls tightly to her dirty, ragged dress and kissed each of them on the head. "I love you, girls," she whispered into their red hair. "Mama loves you so much." And then she and Paul traded those smiles parents trade when they know a catastrophe is about to strike. Smiles that all at once say, "Everything's going to be okay," and "There's nothing we can do now. I love you." Paul peeked back into the hole, sweat dropping from his forehead. "Hugh, Haddon," he called down to his teenage boys. "That's far enough. Come on out." One at a time the boys climbed out on a third yellow rope tied to a tree in their small backyard. It was knotted every 2 or 3 feet for grip. Once they were out, Paul turned again to Mary. "Do you have them? Are they ready?" Handing him the 2 plastic bags, she answered, "They're right here." Paul kneeled down and opened the black metal box and gently placed the packages inside. Then he paused. "Is there anything else that needs to go in here?" he mumbled to himself. "Ah, yes." "Eileen, run inside and grab Daddy a piece of paper and pen off the kitchen counter," he asked his oldest daughter. Without delay, she pulled away from her mother's side and ran the 20 or so feet to the back door of their run-down one-bedroom house. And before the screen door could close behind her, she had raced across the creaky kitchen floor, grabbed the items, and made it out again. Pen and paper in hand, Paul quickly scribbled a note on the sheet, sealed it, and slipped it under the 2 large packages. After the lid was closed, he pushed the box up on its side and scratched several characters on the outside with the tip of the pen. "Help me tie these ropes around it, boys," ordered Paul. When the cords were tightly fastened, they eased the heavy chest to the bottom of the hole. "Okay, cover it up, everybody. Hurry," he instructed. They each grabbed a shovel or hoe or whatever was handy and labored furiously to fill the earthy column before time ran out on them. Just as the sun started to set behind the early spring trees, their task was complete. "Come here, everybody," he called. The entire family formed a tight pack beside the dirt mound that was the deep hole, and held each other. "Everything's going to be all right," he assured them, fighting to hold back his mountain of tears. Then Drew looked up and asked with clear apprehension in her eyes, "Daddy, are we going to die?" The question nearly broke him in two. "No, no, my dear." He forced a smile and kneeled down to see her face to face. "This is not the end for us, sweetheart. This is our new beginning," he comforted her, taking her into his arms one last time. And as he held her tight, he whispered slowly to himself, "But I'm afraid this just might be the end of the United States of America." And then a bright light flashed in the distance, and they were gone. Thank you for listening to this prologue of The Maker. If you'd like to order it, please visit themakernovel.com, themakernovel.com, or evidenceamerica.org, evidenceamerica.org. Thank you so much.